the best tasting radio show in all of South Louisiana. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany. Here we talk about all the food happenings around Acadiana. If you like food, tune in. You might learn something new. Welcome back, ladies and gents. I am so excited. Imani Guillory, better known as the Cajun Mama, is joining me tonight as guest co-host. We've been gabbing all 30 minutes since you've been here about food. She has a YETI full of wine, and I'm so jealous. And we're going to talk about that a little later in the show about how I should have known to do this. And I'm going to do this from now on. Yeah. From now on, every show, I will have a YETI of wine. We will talk about that a little later in the show. It is September, cooler weather, the start of festival and cook-off season, and I started that out this weekend. I was asked to judge the pork finger cook-off at the Isle of Iberia, and it's a little RV resort in New Iberia. Super nice. They have the coolest little pool area. It had like a little, I guess like a winding kind of pool, like a lazy river. Yeah, is what I was looking for. Yeah, like a little lazy river kind of thing. Really nice out there. And they asked me to judge this pork finger cook-off, and I said yes, because I knew immediately that there was going to at least be a few dishes that were like pork and gravy. And I am on such a gravy kick lately that it was insane. So right off the bat, we judged 22 dishes. And I was full at the end, but I wasn't uncomfortably full. So I think I finally mastered the art of judging cook-offs in that you don't eat everything. You take little bites, and whatever you like the most, you put on the side. So I took 3 of the things home, and I took home the pork. There was these pork nachos, and they did the chips with the flour tortillas, so it was like that thicker chip, and it had like all kinds of white queso on it, so it was delicious. They also served it with black beans, and they had cooked sausage in with the black beans, and I had never seen black beans cooked like that before, so that was kind of interesting as well. But they kept reminding us we are only judging the pork. Yeah, do not say anything about the black beans. So I took that home. I took a fried pork finger po' boy home. That sounds interesting. Yeah. Well, and I didn't think about it, but yeah, that makes total sense to fry them. And there was like a few fried ones. And then the other one that I took home was like pork fingers 2 ways. So they did like a fried pork finger, and then they did a pork finger rice and gravy. So like I took that home too. So yeah, so that's what I ate all weekend. I was very full. Right off the bat though, like my favorite dish was this beautifully presented pork taco. Like that's how we started off. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with tacos, and I ate the entire thing. And then I was like, man, I'm going to regret that, but it was okay. It was so good. Like, so that was my favorite one. And my second favorite, which ended up winning overall judge's choice and people's choice, was, again, some of the dishes were so beautifully presented. Like they really got into it about making it creative and pretty, which I enjoyed. Even some of the rice and gravy dishes, they like tried to make it look as pretty as you can make rice and gravy. Right. Look, but I really appreciated that they kind of got into it. But this dish, they served in half a pineapple, and it was the pork fingers that they had like marinated and cooked with the pineapple juice, and it had like some of the little pineapple on it. So you would take like some of the pineapple chunks and eat it, and it was just so tender. It had the sweetness, it had like the saltiness from the pork. It was so good, and that's what won. That was the overall winner of the event. But it was so much fun, and right. So we were like, this is delicious. Like I always, and I think this is their inaugural year. This is the first year that they did it. So, awesome, amazing. And I can't wait. I told them, I said, you know what, please ask me to judge again next year. I will be all about judging for you guys. Yes, I will. I will totally put in a good word for you as well. If you need some more judges, yeah, I'll just there was a few people too that got with me and I learned that at the World Championship Gumbo Cook-Off last year to take your favorites and put them to the side and then take them home. And that's what I did last year. I took my 3 favorites home and I combined them into one gumbo to eat the next day. I was like, I've learned this real quick. Drago's opened this week. You went. And there was no wait when you went.
We were seated immediately. Then at around 5:45, 6 o'clock, that's whenever the wave of people came in. And I mean, it was crazy busy, but delicious as always. The service was amazing, considering that they hadn't officially opened yet. I mean, everything was absolutely beautifully presented. It was delicious.
You've eaten at the one in New Orleans,
yes.
I assume. Yeah.
Yes.
So what makes them different from other oyster places that are around town?
It's okay. Seriously, with Drago's, you know how people say they really put their foot in it? Well, they put their whole leg in it.
Okay.
Their charbroiled oysters are absolutely delicious. The sauce in the bottom, I would like to bathe in.
Okay.
So it is that level of insanity. It's delicious.
I will say, so Friday night I was passing and that's when they officially opened and I saw a fire truck out front.
Yes!
And I was like, oh my God, did they is there a fire? Are there so many people there?
Yes.
That the fire marshal came, but it was their fire truck.
Yes.
And then I got the stoplight at that stoplight right there, and it smelled so good. Mm-hmm. I was like, I kind of want.
Yeah, it pulls you in. I saw the same fire truck on my way. So I'm on Johnson Street. My best friend's in the car. And I'm just trying to weave through traffic. I'm like, girl, we have to get there before 5 o'clock. Okay. So I see the lights from the fire truck. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know what? There's so many people. They had to call the fire department because the line is probably wrapped around to the movie theater. I was freaking out. It was so funny. So, thank goodness it's their own truck. So,
well, I got scared because they said Wednesday and Thursday, they were kind of doing a soft opening and it was first come, first serve. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, they're going to be insane. So I was kind of I don't really want to go.
Right.
But it didn't look too bad, even on Friday night. There wasn't a line of people. So either they got their stuff together and they were kind of getting them in and out.
They were.
Or people had came Wednesday and Thursday and maybe it wasn't so bad. But I'm going to have to go and check them out
You
now.
have to. We went on Thursday for the soft opening, and what I liked about theirs is that they donated 100% of all the proceeds to local charities in Lafayette.
Yeah, that's what
wonderful.
I read that they were going to be doing. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool that they did that. All right, I'm going to have to check that out. All right, we are going to take our first break, and when we come back, we have more with Imani. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
From Boudin to the best burgers Acadiana has to offer, it's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Deku, and joining tonight as guest co-host is Imani Guillory, better known as the Cajun Mama. Okay, we want to give, because the Plate Lunch Festival also happened this weekend, so I want to give a little shout out to the Cajun Table, who's been on the show a few times. They won People's Choice and Judge's Choice first place for their Plate Lunch. And I think they did a chicken stew, if I'm not mistaken. But kudos to those guys.
They have some of the best plate lunches, hands down.
New to the game and doing a great job. What is your favorite plate lunch?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're killing me.
I know. I totally put you on the spot.
Oh, this is awful. Okay. There's a little place in Opelousas downtown called Frank's Po' Boys, and they have a meatball stew.
Oh, that's my favorite.
That is out of this world. It's worth the drive. It's really worth the drive.
So,
it's absolutely delicious.
So you'd say that's your favorite plate lunch place, and your favorite plate lunch is meatball stew and at that place?
Yeah, the meatball stew at that place is it's perfect. But meatball stew, literally, I will eat it anywhere.
Yeah.
That's hands down my go-to.
That's my favorite. Yeah. I mean, I've been obsessed with gravy lately.
That's a good obsession. It's fall.
So it's last week I talked about how amazing the Big Frita was from Pops Po' Boys. It's like the fries, gravy, Gouda cheese, mayo on the bread, added meatballs to it. It was delicious. So I've been craving poutine, and my favorite poutine is at the Beer Garden downtown. So went to check it out. We were discussing this before the show. I'm used to going during the week when there wasn't that many people. There are so many people that have been going there. And it was downtown alive too. So Friday there was a lot of people. And last Saturday I went, but it was Art Walk. There was so many people. It was like festival level people back there. It was like uncomfortably packed.
Right.
So I was like, I didn't order anything. Like we didn't stay long. So we went this Friday, ordered the poutine, because we had an incident last time with the poutine.
a poutine incident.
Okay, so if you don't know what poutine is, so their poutine is fries, gravy, and fried cheese curds.
The best.
The poutine is that with boudin also on top. And I love that they put on the menu about the regular poutine. It's their lighter option.
Right. Because I like the one with pulled pork.
Yeah, and I didn't know that they had that as an option until I went this time too, that they also offer it with pulled pork, and it has like barbecue. Does it have gravy and barbecue sauce?
It has barbecue sauce, and I always get extra sauce because their sauce is amazing.
Okay.
That's my go-to. I love that one. My son eats the original, the lighter option. My husband likes the poutine. I mean, come on, he's from Sicilia. You know? So, like, the pulled pork is literally to die for.
Okay. So I'm going to have to try that next time. But I normally get the poutine with the boudin, but the last time I ordered it, the boudin was different and it was not good. And I was like, this is disgusting. I don't know what's going on. And so I was like, where are y'all getting y'all's boudin from? And they were like, well, we normally get it from Poche's. And then they're like, oh, we ran out. So they had to like run to the store and get some like random boudin, probably misspelled.
Yeah. Great value.
Yeah.
Boudin.
Yeah, probably misspelled. I was like, this is awful. And so it kind of scarred me. So I didn't want to get it this time. I got the normal kind. But somebody was like, I got it recently and it's back to normal.
Good.
I was like, okay, good. So I can get back to my normal stuff. And then they also have, I'm going to mispronounce this, and I do it every time I order it too. It's the Stiegel Radler beer, which it's a French beer, but it's like a beer with grapefruit in it.
Oh.
And it comes like almost in this 40 ounce size can. So good. So I love that it is a beer garden, but they have different ciders if you're not into beer, because I'm not a big beer drinker. And when they're not busy, I'll ask them like what sour beers they have, because I do like sour beers. And I actually was listening to the Bon Appetit podcast recently, and apparently sour beers are now in.
Oh, wow.
So I guess I'm just like ahead of the game.
You are.
With the sour beer. With the sour beer. But I like sour beer. So normally when they're not busy, I'll be like, hey, what sour beers do you have available? And I'll try random stuff. But if I'm not sure, I'll either get like a cider or that Radler, that French beer. But they also have wine.
Yes.
And you're a fan of the wine.
I love wine. And I used to drink beer like in undergrad and in law school. I would drink beer like crazy, but I don't anymore. So I like the fact that they have wine in a can. They have this great little Pinot Grigio in a can. And I know it sounds so tacky, but guys, I love it. I absolutely love it because I get the sensation of popping open a can, putting it in a koozie. So I feel like I'm drinking beer, but I'm enjoying my wine. So, I think it's great. And I get to bring my little dog there with me. So.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, too. There was dogs everywhere. Yes, there was kids.
It's family friendly.
I looked over, and I swear I thought a 2-year-old was drinking a beer. And then I realized it was a swamp pop. Like, it was the ginger ale swamp pop. But I was like, I had to do a double take. I was like, is this kid drinking a beer?
Only in Louisiana.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's a swamp pop. It's fine. But yeah, it's so big gravy kick lately, gravy fry kick. I want to try Pete's next because they have a debris fry that has like the gravy and it has like a little bit of the meat and cheese on it. Oh. So I want to check that one out. And then we had at the place in Leonville, the fries there that came in the skillet that were really good. I'm blanking on the name of the restaurant right now.
Silver Slipper.
Yes. The Silver Slipper.
Yes.
They have a debris fry that was also delicious. Maybe that's what started it. Because
Probably
it's been
so.
since then that I've been like on this gravy fry kick.
Probably so. Because I remember I took some of those home. That was like my favorite. Yeah. Every single course was delicious, but that was just like comfort food.
That is so good. And that's close to y'all.
It is.
Have y'all been back?
No, we haven't.
Man, that shrimp salad, the shrimp was so fresh.
They were.
I was just like, this is so
And I love
delicious.
how you had them butterflied. Everything was beautiful. And the whole atmosphere is really, it's comfortable. It's like I can bring my kid there and bring the whole family. It's a great, great place.
While we're on the subject of gravy fries, is there any place that you can think of that you're a fan of their gravy fries that I should check out?
Hands down, Beer Garden is my go-to.
Beer Garden, yeah.
I have not tried another place.
I will say Mel's has gravy. It's called Gravy and Fries. I believe it's called the Wets.
Oh.
I haven't eaten there probably since college, but they also have a gravy fry that is pretty good too.
I have to try that one.
Yeah.
Because literally every time I crave it, I go straight downtown.
Yeah. Just go there.
Yeah.
I know I was telling my friend, I was like, look, I really want this poutine and I need to have it too. So like I went, oh man. I mean, I would eat it again. I mean, they're open.
Let's go after the show. Y'all meet us at
just
Beer
go
Garden.
Get some more. And then I also want to mention, so they had that champagne vending machine at the restaurant in New Orleans, and you tried it.
Yes.
So tell us about that experience.
Oh my goodness. So it all started because I saw an article online. I'm a champagne obsessed person, literally. My friends it's bad. So in New Orleans, there was a champagne vending machine that would only be here for 4 days. And it's the first time the state has ever had this. So, of course, it was the weekend of Easter. So I canceled my entire family's Easter dinner, our entire traditional Easter dinner.
Mom, I got to go have the champagne.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to see this champagne vending machine. So my best friend was like, okay, Imani, let me get this straight. You're canceling your entire Easter dinner for your whole family so you can go and see some champagne in a box. I'm like, basically, if you want to put it that way, sure.
Hey, when you're a food fan, you will go to any length.
Yes, you absolutely will. And I did. So my husband and I made reservations at Arnaud's in the French Quarter, and it was an entire experience. I felt like Willy Wonka in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I felt like Charlie Bucket with the golden ticket because you get a golden coin. You go to, so let me walk you through the whole process.
Yeah, let's do this.
You get there. And of course, you eat first because, I mean, who doesn't? So, okay, we had reservations. We ate. Everything was delicious. Then it's time for the actual event. So the champagne vending machine was in the bar area. You go and see the bartender, let him know how many little bottles you want. And they're the little splits. They're not the full-size bottles. So I was like, I need about 4 or 5 tokens. So it's $20 per split. Go ahead, pay him. However many you order, you get those coins. You take the golden coin into the machine, okay? And it's like I was like having everybody video me. I was like, wait a minute, this is an event, okay? So you put your coin in the machine, press whatever number you want, and it literally, golden arm comes out of nowhere, grabs the champagne and dispenses it for you. And then you also get a little golden spout so you can drink it like right out of the bottle without being tacky. So it turns the actual split into a little glass for you.
Interesting.
It was amazing. I could have cried. Like it was such a beautiful experience. Oh my goodness.
When wonderful. We went to LA, they had caviar vending machines.
Oh my God.
And it was like $300 caviar in these machines. Right. So it was cool to see all the different types of vending machines. We talked about that on the show like a few years ago, like the different types of vending machines that they had out there. So that's interesting.
Yes.
For like the champagne. I mean, and if you're a champagne lover, I could see.
Exactly. I would have canceled Christmas for it. I'm just being honest.
Sorry, I got to get the champagne.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you buy the champagne in the store at a bigger bottle, probably better price.
Yes, exactly.
But it's the whole experience of getting it from the vending machine.
Yes, it's just the entire process. It made it all worth it.
Okay, so let's talk a minute about how I'm late to the game, and I just discovered this past Friday that an entire bottle of wine will fit in a YETI.
Yes, 30-ounce tumbler.
Yes. I didn't notice it. We were getting ready to go downtown. One of the girls that we went with poured an entire bottle into her YETI. She was like, I'm a teacher, I'm broke, and I'm cheap. Right. And I said, that is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. I said, I had no idea that worked that way. And then you show up today with the YETI wine in your YETI. And I told her, I said, I'm just going to start putting an entire bottle of wine in my YETI to go to work.
Yes.
And this is game changer.
It is.
Game changer.
It is.
So I was like, why did I not know this?
This is like this is sweeping the nation. It's like the thing now. So get a 30.
I mean, do they advertise that?
Oh no,
no.
It's like a secret society thing.
A secret society of people.
I think moms invented the concept.
I think you're right. I really think you are. I feel like, and then now that I'm talking about it, I feel like that I've seen videos on Facebook that showed that this was in fact the case. Right. But this changes the game for festivals, and going to your day job, and I mean, just
this is like a workday necessity. Get your YETI.
If you see me with a YETI, there's a good chance that there's probably an entire bottle of wine in it. Just FYI from now on, if you see me out. Now I'm going to think that everyone has wine in their YETI.
Yeah, it's a thing now because like I know I have it. So anytime I see someone else with their YETI, I'm like wink, like cheers, girl. So it's like an unspoken bond.
And you have yours with your logo on it.
I do. I have my Cajun Mama YETI
through the website, right?
I do.
They were very popular, probably because they were putting wine in it.
Exactly. All my fellow like moms out there, they already know. Like we walk around with our Cajun Mama logo, and it has wine or champagne. On Sundays, we'll usually do a mimosa, but today I just decided to do wine.
I have a very fancy one that has a stainless steel straw with it too.
Oh, nice.
So I could even put a daiquiri in there.
You could totally put a daiquiri
or a margarita. Yes. We're on the same wavelength. Yes. All right, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we have more with Imani. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
And now, we talk about food. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Daku, and tonight's guest co-host is Imani Guillory of the Cajun Mama. How did your business get started? Let's talk about that.
Oh, it's so funny. My friends actually tease me, and they're like, Imani, did you just wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to make some pies? And I'm like, yeah, basically. That's exactly what happened. It was a couple of Christmases ago, probably around a week before my birthday, so say around like mid-December. And I woke up, I'm lying in bed with my little baby, and I'm thinking about Christmas gifts. And at the time, he was really young, so I didn't do as much shopping. I didn't have that flexibility. So I thought about, hey, I make this amazing quiche that all my friends and family request constantly. Maybe I'll just make a few of those, and I'll post on Facebook, hey, guys, I'm making, a few quiches for Christmas gifts if you want to just, order a couple. So I thought that a few of my friends would order. I was like, they know. They'll feel sorry for me. Like I'm sitting at home with the baby all day. Let me order a pie from her just to be nice. So I went ahead and posted on my personal page. And then I got 60 orders from that one post. So then I was like, oh, my God. I called my husband. I was like, hey, I think we need to get a membership to Sam's because I think I need like some boxes and like containers and stuff. So it started with that one Facebook post, and I never stopped. My intention was only to like bake that one, the loaded Cajun. That's always has been my bestseller. That's the one that actually got this whole thing started. And it was just my intention to bake for a couple of weeks. And then more and more orders kept coming in, and word of mouth happened. And so I said, well, I'll extend it until New Year's because people wanted to order for their New Year's Eve parties. So I said, but after like January 1st, I'm done. Like I'm really like, this is not a thing. I'm done. Okay. So then people wanted to order for Mardi Gras. And I was like, well, all right, well, I'll do a new pie for Mardi Gras since you guys insist. So I did a pie with boudin, hog cracklings, all that. Okay, but after Mardi Gras, I'm stopping. I'm so serious, guys. I'm really stopping. Okay. Oh, well, Lent comes around. Well, I have to do a seafood pie for Lent. It's Lent, Yeah. All right. So then I did the one with all local seafood, crawfish, jumbo lump crab meat, shrimp. okay, but after Lent, I'm really stopping. Like, I'm really stopping. But then it was too late. So here I am now.
Down the road. Okay, yeah. And you have a warning on your Facebook page.
I do.
Tell everyone what the warning is.
So my warning is each recipe contains a lot of butter, booze, and bacon. So try these recipes at your own risk. That's it. My motto is butter, booze, and bacon. That's what I love to cook with. If I could literally integrate each one of those elements into every single recipe, I would. I try to. So, I mean, it's a thing. And, you know how they have those internet trolls who are just like, oh, my God, this is so unhealthy. Or like, why does this call for a stick of butter? Honey, did you not read the disclaimer?
Right.
Like, just, okay.
You do make a low carb. Don't you make a low carb version?
I do.
Too?
I have the Skinny Cajun, low cal, low carb, and it's made with organic baby spinach. And the funny thing is, as much as I love butter, booze, and bacon, the Skinny Cajun add grilled chicken is my favorite because it's super light and it's super, like, I could eat it every single day. So I do have the Skinny Cajun dedicated to my
the low carbers out there.
Yeah, the low carbers out there. But everybody else, get on the wagon, get the good stuff.
Eat the butter, booze, and bacon. Yeah. I think that there's not a better motto out there. You should put that on your YETI.
I should. Butter, booze, and bacon.
That should be on the back of it.
Yes, it is.
The next version that you make.
I guarantee you're going to be the first one to get one too.
Yes. Give me all the YETIs now.
Now that we know what they're really for.
Yes. Give them all to me now. Okay, so kind of explain what the quiche is, and then the bestseller, and then the different variations of it. So it's like a quiche, right, basically.
So I call it a glorified quiche because at the end of the day, that's really what it is. A couple years ago, I decided to make a brunch quiche for my husband, and he is the ultimate carnivore. Yes. Yeah. Like 100, like anything with meat, that is him. So I literally went into the kitchen and took out every type of meat that I had in the fridge, and I put it in with a bunch of cheese, and I made this quiche, and it came out absolutely delicious. So the loaded Cajun, the very first one that started everything, it has ground sirloin, grilled chicken, cubed honey ham, and of course, thick cut bacon, lots and lots of bacon. So he ate the whole thing himself. So I had to make a couple of more, for the rest of my family who was there. So they all loved it, and word got out, and my friends started requesting it. So that, to this day, is still my bestseller. I should have called it the Cajun Carnivore. Right? It literally has so much meat in it.
It does. It's so meaty and cheesy. Mm-hmm. I love that about it. And it was like nice. You could eat it. I would eat it for breakfast or for a meal.
Exactly.
Throw a salad with it to kind of make, if you want to make it a little more feel a little healthier.
Yes,
going with it. But it's just, and you do like a big version, and then you do little mini versions. Is that correct?
I do. So a lot of times, like a lot of the law offices downtown, I have a bunch of clients downtown, and they have to buy for their staff or for clients or multiple people. So the mini pies are just a great way to, to be able to feed a bunch of people. But you can get an assortment. That way, if you have your vegetarians on hand, they can do the Skinny Cajun. Or if you have your carnivores, they can do the loaded Cajun, or seafood lovers, etc. So I call them my party pies because they're my little pies that people order for like showers and graduations and things like that.
So where can people go to order the pies? Like they're you have to order them now, correct? They can't just go pick them up anywhere. We're working on that.
Right. That's
so they have to pre-order them.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're all made to order. You can go to CajunMamaLouisiana.com, and that's MAMA. You can place your order there. And you can also message me on Facebook or on Instagram, or call me 441-8746. I literally always answer my phone. Text me, whatever you want. I'm very accessible to my customers, and the thing that I value so much about my business and that I'm grateful to be able to do is to form relationships with my customers. Like, I know, okay, when Miss Mary calls, I know her order. I'm like, hey, Miss Mary, okay, this is your same place, same time. Okay, I'll meet you there. Like, I can literally drive around town, every street. Oh, one of my customers lives here. One lives here. This one's grandson just graduated. Like, it's such a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful feeling, and I never want to lose that. I always want to have that one-on-one, like, I have all my customers in my phone, like that kind of just.
And you can custom tweak the recipes too, right? Like, so if people don't want something in it or want to add something, you can do that for them.
Yes, you can customize absolutely anything. This funny story. So I had one of my regulars, and she'd been ordering from me for about 4 months. So she had her son and daughter-in-law come in from up north. So they're from Cajun country, but the daughter-in-law's from Chicago. Okay. So she doesn't eat onions or bell peppers. Okay. So my customer asked me, she was like, Imani, sweetie, I want to order 4 of your large pies from you, but my daughter-in-law doesn't eat onions and bell peppers, so can you do them without? And I told her, I was like, listen, I love you so much, so I'm going to make your 4 pies that you want as usual with my Trinity, with everything in it. I said, and I will make her a separate for free. Like, I'm not going to charge you for this. I will make her a dozen mini pies assorted with no onions and bell peppers. I said, but you promise me that she's the only person who eats it. Because I don't want other people having it, you know?
And thinking that's what it tastes like.
Yes. I was like, go ahead and give her those, and you and your family enjoy the rest. She was so excited. She's like, honey, thank you so much.
And they come beautifully presented. Like, they're in this box. There's like a beautiful little ribbon. It's like this nice little package that you're getting. And you have a huge social media presence. Like, you're very active on Facebook and on Instagram. And you have a huge following on both of those locations because of your product. You have a background in law.
I do.
Yeah. So do you think that that's helped you with the business aspect of the food and building your business?
I think it has. I feel that just going through the process of law school itself made me absolutely not want to practice law.
Yeah.
So I think that already helped. It was just very stressful. But I feel that the knowledge I gained through that experience helped me to be able to build a business and to look at things from a different perspective. And then in the future, when I set up a certain location or something like that, I'll be more, I'm more equipped to like handle the contracts and handle the startup process, things like that. So I certainly think it helped. But look, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, being a lawyer is not fun.
I was about to ask, do you ever think that you would open a law/pie business?
That would be so funny.
That would be very uniec and interesting.
That would be hilarious. Like, hey, let me take care of your auto accident, and while you wait, order some pies.
It's a good idea. Just something to
actually, we might revisit that.
Might be something.
Yeah.
Might be something people could ask legal questions and order pie.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. Why not?
I'm full of ideas.
This is great.
Not all of them are good. But all right, we're going to take another break. And when we come back, we have more with Imani. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Wow. Yum. Into words. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie herself on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Daku, and Imani Guillory with the Cajun Mama has been tonight's guest co-host. And you can go to her website at CajunMama.com.
CajunMamaLouisiana.com.
There you go. And you can order one of her meat pies that contain a lot of booze, butter, and bacon, because that is her motto that we've learned. It's a great motto to have. So besides making the pies, you are writing now. You have a weekly column now in the Times, or is it the Daily? Yeah, Times of Acadiana. So you like to cook a lot at home. We're friends on Facebook. I see a lot of your food pics. What are some of your favorite things to cook at home?
Oh, my goodness. So at home is really when I get to just play around in the kitchen. I'll have a glass or 3 of Sauvignon Blanc and just go to town and just like basically create whatever. I've been on a burger sandwich kick lately, where I just try to see how many layers I can stack without it falling over, basically.
You're basically making Jenga hamburgers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yes. And in each layer, so it'll take me probably about 4 hours just to finish one burger, because each single layer has a different thing. So some of my patties I'll wrap in bacon, of course. So I'll have like a ground sirloin, or I'll do like a bison burger, wrap the patties in bacon. I'll do about no less than 3 different types of cheeses per burger. A lot of times I'll do queso as well, because I like to make my own queso. But in my queso, I also put ground meat in it. So we're going to have a ground meat queso on there. I'll put grilled sausage, bacon, lots of bacon. I mean, that's a given. Caramelized onions, fried jalapenos, just all these different things. So I just try to stack it as high as humanly possible. and then eat it. So
how high have you gotten so far?
I've gotten 8 layers, but I totally cheated because I put a skewer in the middle so I could take a picture of it.
Take a picture.
Yeah.
Well, you go to those restaurants and you'll get the steak burgers and they put the knife in the middle, so it's kind of the same thing. So
exactly.
Not really cheating. You also dine out a lot around town. What are some of your favorite places to eat at around town?
Oh, I love dining out around town. I love supporting local businesses, and just like in Lafayette, we have the best chefs and the best home cooks, the best, like, our food is delicious. So no matter how much I cook at home, I'm still going to go and eat out at least 4 times a week. Rufino's is my go-to. I absolutely love their food, their fish Katie. I have dreams about their fish Katie at night. I love Bread and Circus. I love the Rusted Rooster. If I can wake up in time to get there.
I was excited because I was off this weekend before they had asked me to judge the pork finger cook-off, and then I said I would judge, and then they were open on a Saturday because I hardly ever get to eat there. Exactly. Sometimes I'll get there if I wake up early enough before work. I'll go like on a Friday. That's like my little Friday treat to myself. But like, I love that place.
I love it.
I love it. They need to get on Waiter. Like,
I know.
They need to get on Waiter.
Their fried chicken biscuit with the praline sauce, I cannot get enough of it. I literally cannot get enough of it. So I will just eat. Like, one day, it was so embarrassing because I ordered probably like 6 different sandwiches, because like when I finally got to go there, I was like, I'm just gonna order a bunch of them and just freeze them. Yeah. So I could. It was just me by myself. Like, hi, I'd like this. They're like, okay, thank you.
They have the best grits. Like, they're so good. Like, and they're so good. And last time I went with she's listening at home, Ramsey Moran, who's been a guest co-host on the show. She said there's this dish that they serve, and I think it's like grits with like cheese and bacon, and then it normally has diced turkey. But she was like, I get it with fried chicken.
Oh, my
so goodness. I was like, yes. I want that. And it was delicious. I was like, this is so good. But I have to go back and get their biscuits. Also, they do like a grilled cheese with a fried egg in it. Mm-hmm. So it's like a grilled cheese. I'll add bacon. The fried egg is in it. I love that they give you the little piece of the bread that they cut out, and then you get grits to go with it, and then you use that to dip in the grits and eat the grits. And it's got like the butter and the grease from the grill, because it's so good.
I have to try that. Another go-to is Pamplona. I absolutely love Pamplona.
We were talking about them this past weekend. They have a new pastry chef. I'm not sure if he's a pastry chef or if he's just doing something in the kitchen, but he's doing pastry. But he's been posting a lot of beautiful desserts online, and it's been making me want to go and check out the desserts. I haven't eaten there in like a really long time. I need to go have some good cocktails. I ate there about
2 weeks ago, actually. I love it because I order so much, and you can't go wrong with anything on their menu.
Yeah,
their paella is my son's favorite food.
Really,
that's the first solid food that he ate.
Really?
In life. Yeah. So
your son has gourmet taste.
He really does. It was insane. It was during Festival International, and he was exclusively breastfed for a full year, and I reached my goal. I'm very excited about that. And so I always thought he would just transition to like baby food, like carrots and peas and all that. So we're at Festival. I'm with my dad, my brother, and my brother has his plate of paella. So my son literally just sticks his little hands into my brother's plate, grabs a handful, shoves it in his mouth. And we're all just sitting there like, what did you just do? Like, how do you do that?
He knows what's up.
Yeah. So he just kept eating it. I actually had to order my brother another plate because my son
ate so much of it.
So now every time we go, he gets paella.
Man, they're good. And they have like the chocolate churros that I would have never ordered. And we got those the last time. They were so good. And that was where I had octopus for the first time. And I discovered how delicious octopus was. Like, they're doing some good things over there. I haven't been in a while. I need to get on that and go check it out. Yeah. And Rusted Rooster, by the way, also to go back to that, is supposed to have really good hamburgers.
Oh my goodness.
And I never eat there for lunch because I always go for breakfast, and it's like I can never get there for lunch. But I've heard that they have good hamburgers, which is another reason why they need to get on Waiter.
Yes.
If you're listening, if anyone with Rusted Rooster is listening right now, please get on Waiter so I can waiter a hamburger to me for lunch. And eat it at my desk with my wine and my Yeti.
Yes. Always has to have the wine.
Yeah. God, that's so good. So what are some other, and you're originally from the Opelousas area,
yes.
Is that correct? So what are some places around the Opelousas area that you like to?
So let's see. In Opelousas, of course, we have Frank's Po' Boys with that meatball. Oh my goodness, the meatball stew. You have to go there. And then Yamato Japanese Steakhouse opened there a couple of months ago. And listen, I'll be honest, I was like, I'm not eating sushi from Opelousas. Like, I'm just I'm not going to do it. But then my brother and my husband went. They loved it. They raved about it. So one day I was like, okay, let's just go and try it. Honey, I got the avocado tempura, okay? So they have the avocado, and so they fry it and all that good stuff. They put crab meat, all the crab meat in it, and they're special, like 3 different kinds of sauce on top. It is to die for.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
It. So that in itself, like if you drive to Opelousas, get about 4 orders and bring them back. That way you have enough for the week. That's what I'll do. Just like get a bunch of them. It's that good. Their sushi's pretty good too. Their noodles are good. Also, in the casino, there's the Spotted Horse.
Okay.
They have a great wine list, FYI. And their food is really good. They have this crawfish jalapeno cornbread that you have to order. It's a side. So whatever you order there, get that. Also, in the bar area, they do a whole flight of hot sauces. So it's like 40 different hot sauces you can choose from. They'll bring out their house chips, and you can literally just have a hot sauce party, and and just have some wine. Like, it's
have
fantastic.
The hot sauce party.
Yeah,
nice. Okay.
At your table.
That's good. That's good to know. All right, I'm gonna have to take some of that. And then you travel a lot as well. So what are some places like in New Orleans or Houston? I know you go to New Orleans, Houston. You go to Shreveport, a lot too.
Yes.
Have you been
Maryland's
to
Place?
Okay, you've been to Maryland's. Oh, I'm the one.
Yes, you're the one who told me
that
Key Mexico and Maryland's Place.
Okay,
delicious.
Man. Did you go to Lucky Palace?
I didn't.
Okay, you have to check that out too next time you go.
New Orleans, oh my goodness. And in New Orleans, it's so bad because we eat so much food. I always have to go to, so there's a little restaurant inside the Windsor Court. It's like I forgot the name of it. It's on the 2nd floor. So they have great little bar bites, great little nibbles. And then, of course, I go to Cochon. Every single time I go to New Orleans, like R.I.P. Lafayette Cochon, like you in my heart forever. The New Orleans one, so remember how the Lafayette Cochon had the cracklins that you could get as a side? Mm-hmm. Well, in New Orleans, it's not really a thing. So they don't offer it as a side. So I literally cried at the table, and I have 3 of my friends as a witness. I cried, and I told the waiter, I was like, please, sir, I will pay you any amount of money. I need 5 pounds of those cracklins with the steamed syrup to go. It's like, I'm from Lafayette, and y'all used to have that for us there, but you don't anymore.
I bet you can get that at Cochon Butcher, though.
Probably so, but I always go and sit down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he did. He literally did. He was like, give me a second, ma'am. He went to talk to somebody, and he came back, and I got 5 pounds to go.
Nice.
And I ate probably 2 pounds in the car on the way home.
I'm fairly certain that Cochon Butcher, you can get that there because they do like the sandwiches and it's more, they have like the boudin. It's like more of the butcher shop. And I'm obsessed with Cochon Butcher. Like that's where I like to go and eat.
See, I always
when
go
I go
to
New Orleans.
Part.
Yeah. And it's a restaurant in there too, but it's like a walk, like you walk up to order. Mm-hmm. It's like counter service. And then you go sit down and they bring your food to you. And then there's also like a butcher aspect of it too. So you can go and get like that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you that they would probably have the cracklins there. If they have
cracklins there, I will be their biggest cracklin
In
customer.
fact, I want to go and look at the menu.
I know, I'm tempted
when
to do
I leave.
That.
They have such good macaroni and cheese. Mm-hmm. Like they had such good macaroni and cheese. They have like they call it the Pig Mac, and it's like their take on a Big Mac. Hamburger, and then their muffulettas are like,
wait a minute,
so good.
Mac and cheese hamburgers in Houston. There's a place called Hamburger Mary's. Okay, they have the best mac and cheese burger.
Really?
I am convinced. Like,
I have not been impressed with macaroni and cheese on a hamburger. Like, I feel like it's always dry. Mm-hmm. It's not, like, it doesn't do anything for the burger. I have not been impressed.
You will love this one because it's almost like a queso mac and cheese that they do. So it's not like that.
So you'll have some of that moisture.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like literal, when you cut the burger, it's food pornography because all the cheese just runs. It is awesome. Okay. Order that with a fried egg.
What is the name of that restaurant?
Hamburger Mary's.
Hamburger Mary's.
And it's on Montrose
in Houston. Houston. Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know. I have a couple of friends that live in Houston, so I will definitely check that out. Imani, it has been a pleasure. Let's plug your website one more time if somebody wants to order one of your pies.
CajunMamaLouisiana.com.
All right, that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join us next week, Sunday at 6 p.m. This is Tiffiany Daku on News Talk 96.5 KPEL, and this is the Lafayette Food Junkie Show. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy eating, Acadiana.